Hi Pisces, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your monthly reading for August. I hope everybody's well. I am going to take a quick second, Pisces, to remind everyone that this is a general tarot reading, so it may not resonate with every single Pisces out there. Guys, just take what resonates for you. Leave the rest for someone else. We're going to start with your current energy, Pisces, and then we're going to look deep into August. We're going to take August week by week all the way up to the end. As always, please don't force yourself into a reading that is not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Pisces? What would you like Pisces to know for August? All right, so Pisces, we have the Four of Cups, and it is crossed by the Six of Swords. So I feel like you're ignoring someone or ignoring a situation here. And it's because, not because there's not love there. I feel like there is love there, but you're looking back at the past. And I feel like you're trying to take lessons forward that you've learned from the past. I do see this cup of love being handed to you, but you don't seem to be noticing it or taking knowledge of it. And why you're moving forward. There's something within this situation that is chaotic for you, and you're choosing to move forward. Let's see what happened in the recent past. Sorry, let's try that again. Show me what happened in the recent past, please. King of Swords, you could have been dealing with a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. But I feel like as an energy, this was possibly a conversation. It's clarity. It is honesty. It looks like it had something to do with communication. So show me why all this is happening. I feel like you've also been trying to be very honest with self. Why is all this happening? Why is all this happening for Pisces? Okay, so we have the Six of Wands in the reverse. So you don't feel that this is going to be successful. Yeah, there's a sense here of feeling defeated, feeling as if it's not going to be successful. And so this is why you're basically ignoring this. I do see that in your thoughts, you have the Queen of Cups in the reverse. You love this person, but you're afraid to show it. You're afraid to, extend those emotions. You're afraid to choose them with regard to feelings and emotions. And so I see more fear here than anything. Now in August, what I'm seeing is the Nine of Cups in the reverse. This is underlying energy for the whole month of August. And this is showing me that there's a sense here that you're not getting a wish. There's a lack of wish fulfillment in this situation. But we'll clarify all of that. So show me how Pisces is showing up in this reading. Ace of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, you're like, no, I'm not accepting this. This is a passionate new beginning. I'm not accepting it. The answer is no. Show me the energy coming towards Pisces. You're very focused on the way something ended. Eight of Cups. Somebody who is walking away from something is approaching you. They're walking towards their wish fulfillment. Show me Spirit's advice. Show me Spirit's advice. This could be somebody who's walked away in the past as well. Show me Spirit's advice. Some very chaotic energy surrounding you, Pisces. I'm picking up on that strongly. Nobody else's energy has come out like this at all. At least not today. Show me Spirit's advice. The Lovers in the reverse. Yeah, this has to do with an ending. Yeah, it has to do with an ending or a decision in love. Show me the outcome. Five of Cups. Changes that are bringing about a sense of sadness. Learning from the past. All right, so bottom of the deck is the Eight of Wands in the reverse. This is underlying energy, And it does indicate a blockage here. You could have blocked this person, or it could be like a spiritual or an emotional block, but something is being blocked. So let's clarify. Spirit, why is the Four of Cups here for Pisces? Yeah, it's fear. The Strength card in reverse. So you're trying to ignore this cup of love. I feel like this King of Swords has offered you this cup of love, and you're choosing to move away from it because you're afraid to open up. You're afraid to give your heart to the situation because you feel like it's not going to be successful. Why is the Six of Swords here? The Ace of Swords. You're going to tell this person, no, I'm moving away from this. Yeah, you feel like you're doing it with clarity, but there's some fear attached to this. There's also a need to either for you to work on yourself or for this King of Swords to work on themselves. Somebody here needs to work on themselves, but maybe both parties. Why is the King of Swords here? Nine of Pentacles reversed. This person has felt a deep sense of loss in this connection. This could be a codependent relationship as well. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse indicates some codependency. Or it could be that this person's not single and they're pretending to be single. Whatever this is, this Nine of Pentacles reverse is what's got your fear. It's raising fear for you. I do feel like you've had a discussion with this person. Why is the Six of Wands reversed? And I feel like you're going to relate all of this to this person because you're being very truthful with your communication. Ten of Wands. Yeah, there's a lot of problems here. There are a tremendous amount of problems within this connection, and you're feeling overwhelmed from them. You're feeling like all the problems that are still here that are, you know, keeping you feeling weighed down, burdened, unable to see a way forward is what's going to cause this to be unsuccessful. And I do feel like you're telling that to this person. I do feel like there is some truthful communication between you and this person, and I feel like you're choosing to move forward. But you do love them. Show me why is the Queen of Cups in reverse? Yeah, because it makes you unhappy. Yeah, so this entire thing, you're feeling like this is putting you out of your loving energy. It's taking you out of your power. You're feeling unhappy with the situation. So let's look at August. Now, this is all your current energy, so let's look at August. Show me August for Pisces. Show me August for Pisces. All right, Pisces, let's see. Seven of Swords, the Chariot, Four of Swords reversed, Eight of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, Five of Swords reversed, Seven of Wands, the Sun, and the Three of Swords reversed. So, all right. So I see you going into August, and it is apparent to me that what it is that you don't like is that you feel there's deception here. You feel that this person is not being honest and they're not being forthright. That there's some kind of deception, lying, cheating, stealing. There's deception here. And you don't want deception in your life. And so in the first week, it's like you're telling this person, I don't believe you. I don't believe what it is you're offering me here. And, you know, there's either codependency, this person's acting single when they're not single. There's definitely something that is here, right? That is bringing up your fear. And I see you being very honest with them and telling them this. You don't feel this person is being honest and forthright. So therefore, what are you doing? You're choosing to move forward in that first week. I do feel like in the second week, there's more communication here, but I also feel like you're recognizing still that there's still a need for you to heal. There's details that you feel that you're missing. And this is causing anxiety for you. It's causing you to feel very anxious, very worried, losing some sleep. I don't feel you're putting any effort into this situation. I feel like you've been very clear with this person. There's just too many problems here. You're feeling unhappy about the situation. So I don't feel like you're putting any effort into this connection, having chosen to move forward, recognizing that you still need to heal. However, by the middle of the month, I do see a lot of anxiety about this, a lot of like just feeling unsettled. You know, what is it I'm missing here? What do I need to do to heal? I do see in the third week, I see you avoiding conflict or ending a conflict. It looks more like you're avoiding conflict though. And this conflict is likely about effort. And I feel like you're either ending or avoiding. It looks more like avoiding this conflict. You're going to stand your ground no matter what anybody says. You're like, I'm not fighting with you. I've said what I said. It took me a long time to get to this point, and now I'm not backing down because I deserve to be happy. And so I feel like you're not going to back down no matter what anybody says. You've kind of reclaimed your power here. You're not trying to fight with this person, but it is going to lead to some conflict. And that's what you've been worried about. Well, it's going to happen. It'll likely happen in the third week of August. But I don't see it affecting you deeply because I see you becoming happier by the end of the month, and I see you doing a lot of healing. This could be healing from third-party energies or just heartbreak in general, but I see you're definitely becoming happier, and it's because you are taking your power back. You're fighting for you, and you're standing your ground here. And so it's helping you to basically heal heartbreak. So let's see how you are showing up in this reading. One is the Ace of Wands here in reverse for Pisces. So you're the one that has the hectic energy. You're the one that, it's erratic energy. Okay. So I see some erratic energy. All right. Queen of Wands reversed. 10 of Coins and the Death card. All right. So you're dealing with a issue here where there's been an ending. This was an ending of a very passionate connection, but I feel like you don't have the same passion for this person that you did in the past. And I feel like there is some bitterness, some resentment that's still here. I do see, though, that you are surrounded by close friends or family, or both. And I do see that your money is looking pretty good. But I feel like in the very first part of the month, you're out of sorts here. You're out of sorts, but you've decided not to take action towards this situation. I don't even see that as a person, it's a situation. And by the end of the month, I see you ending whatever this is. I'm seeing it in your August cards. I'm seeing it in your cards here. But it's going to bring about a transformation. Yeah, because you're not going to take action, Pisces, towards anything that doesn't fit the bill of your everything. The 10 of Pentacles is everything. It's having the love, having the relationship, having the money, having the dogs and kids. It's having everything. And if it's not that, you're not going for it. All right, so let's look at the energy coming towards you, Pisces. Somebody's been holding on to you. Show me the energy coming towards Pisces. All right, we have the Devil in reverse. Could be a Capricorn you're dealing with. We have the King of Cups, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer energy, and we have the 4 of Coins. So I do feel like this is somebody who has been holding on to you, somebody who may have walked away from this connection at some point due to the toxic nature. I do feel like this is somebody that has really worked on themselves with this Devil in reverse. If they have addictions, then they have worked on that. There's an energy of them working on themselves to take themselves out of toxic energy. Now, I will tell you, this person does love you, and they feel that they are your counterpart. They feel like the two of you belong together, and they've been holding on to your energy. You, however, are not happy with this person, and you do not feel like the two of you belong together, that you feel like you're not on the same page. So I am also seeing another energy that could be approaching you. This person is, they could even be another water sign, but this is somebody who, you know, has feelings for you. They must be in your vicinity somehow. They've recently walked away from a toxic situation themselves, and they will be very guarded, but this is also somebody who is very kind, open, and very generous. They would be very affectionate as well. Let me see Spirit's advice. All right, we have the Page of Wands in the reverse. We have the Queen of Swords reverse, and we have the Knight of Swords reverse. So Spirit is guiding you to know that there is some kind of a karmic element to this situation. It is the situation that has ended. But it's not just that. Spirit is saying, do not move towards anything, whether it's new energy or whether it's this past person, if there is any kind of deception that is there, that you are to cut that out of your life immediately. That there's anybody who is behaving immature, anybody who is, you know, choosing other people or other situations over you, anybody who is approaching you with less than honesty, you are to Queen of Swords in reverse. You're to cut them out, and you cut them out ruthlessly, because it will only bring you unhappiness. So let's look at your outcome. Show me the outcome for Pisces at the end of August, please. Oh, you've got love coming your way. Two of Cups, King of Wands, and Judgment in reverse. So you're going to have a moment of sadness here by the end of the month, but that's part of that healing energy. The happiness that's coming into your life is because you're standing your ground with regard to this past person. Judgment in reverse tells me you're not coming back together with this person because you feel like it's a poor judgment call. Now, that being said, you've got this King of Wands coming into your life, and this person could very well be a soulmate. You're going to feel very attracted to this person. Yeah, you're definitely going to feel very attracted to this person, and I feel like this person could be a business leader, or they could be a manager of some sort. They're very charismatic. They're also very nice looking, and they're aware that they're nice looking. But the two of you are going to hit it off. There's going to be like this energy where the two of you, you're going to feel very attracted. It's coming out of this energy where you are basically cutting off this person from the past. That's where you're standing your ground, but then we see happiness coming in. I feel like you're going to be meeting somebody here with this King of Wands. There's going to be a lot of attraction. They're going to feel very attracted to you as well. They may notice that you're going through this transformation, but I feel like this person will reach out to you. There's changes that are coming about, Pisces, because of the sadness that you've gone through. So, yeah, Three of Cups in the upright underlying energy. This tells me that you are blocking a reconciliation here, but it also tells me that you may be going out. This could also be internet dating. It could be you going out with friends or family. It's showing me that there's going to be good times in this month ahead. And I do feel like it could be when you're out and about that you're meeting this King of Wands. So, yeah. All right, I'm going to pull an oracle card for you, Pisces. Pulling for the sign of Pisces. All right, so you have number 30. It says willing entanglement. Ooh, that's interesting. Have you been willingly entangled in a situation, Pisces? Let me see. All right. When this card comes to you, know you are being shown the ways in which our promises can bind us and in time begin to restrict us. And yet we have given our word. This is the conundrum of human entanglement. Of all relationships, there is the bonding and the beauty of what we can gift each other, and there is the binding that comes with the responsibility of love. For this is a card of a person who takes responsibility seriously and who has serious responsibilities, as does this elven one, friend to the kitsune, who is working her magic in unison with this tree, for as long as it takes to unbind him from the burdens of those who would exploit nature. This beautiful being has given her pledge to be of assistance with the tree beings, and yet it has brought to her great restrictions and bindings, and even a sense of being imprisoned. This she willingly does, for it is not permanent, and the energy she is offering this tree will lead to its freedom. So know in your own life that there are pledges we make when all is well, and when times become difficult, we then willingly continue, for we know we wish to keep our word and honor our commitments. It's not easy, but it is done willingly, and it is our serious task. And we learn a great deal about what we can do for others. So this is a willing sacrifice before you now, and one that is good, which will lead to many blessings. Know that there will be a sense of restriction and frustration, and that there are many wishes and hopes that seem to be on hold for now. Yet while you weave your own magic within these strong boundaries, know that you are creating great power and growing stronger within. And when the time comes, and it will, dear one, the cords will fall away. And the time will come for you to move and be free and wander where you will once again. Yet she is aware that others are also making their pledges, sending their wishes and tying them to this great old tree upon which many a charm and a spell has been woven. And she now is weaving her healing with her own bindings and giving her energy to this tree, fulfilling responsibility and a charge she has decided to take up, so that in time this great tree can be free of all that is asked of him over and over. While you subordinate yourself and your own desires to this great commitment, know you will be watched over and that there is a greater fulfillment awaiting you very soon. All right. I hope that this has been helpful for you. If you have resonated with this reading, Pisces, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. And until I see you in your next reading, Pisces, know that you are loved, and namaste.